Hi, I'm Elizabeth Hancock with Beyond You Coaching. Today's video is dedicated to Big B. They write, "Why are societal values overbearing? I don't want to accept that the purpose of my life is not of my choosing. It has been driven by aspects of economic survival and duty. I think of what it would be like to walk away from it all and travel to the Himalayas and meditate and live a spiritual life. Might an ashram offer a blissful experience?" Big B also references a video by Sadhguru, which I've linked to in the description box below. There are many people who have reached a point of perception in their lives where the traditional value system of finding a job, getting married, buying a house, raising a family, investing money, basically living an average life doing average things, is of no interest to them. These individuals are more concerned with their spiritual growth and conscious development. For them, understanding the nature of existence is their first and primary priority. In these cases, many choose to make their spiritual pursuit a full-time endeavor, traditionally becoming nuns, monks, seekers, or even ascetics. These individuals prefer to live in peace and quiet and solitude, so that they may pursue their spiritual interests either on their own or as part of an organized religion or philosophy. Ashrams offer many advantages to a spiritual aspirant. For one, they provide an environment and atmosphere of spiritual growth that is very conducive to a spiritual seeker by providing a space of high spiritual potency that is energized by the master. This energy provides a natural boost to your energy system, making it easier to be in alignment with higher vibrations and states of consciousness. Second, ashrams offer a community of like-minded individuals that are also on a similar path. Third, ashrams offer help with discipline in meditation and spiritual sadhana. Most ashrams are highly organized with predictable routines and responsibilities. Days typically begin before dawn and end just after sunset. Individuals are always busy helping to do their share, whether that's cooking, cleaning, working on behalf of the ashram, being of service to the local community, or deeply involved in their own spiritual practices. Life in an ashram is anything but lazy. So ashrams are a great environment for aspirants that need structure, guidance, and a like-minded community where they wish to be near their guru or master. It's a very powerful place to live and work. Now, one thing that I'd like to remind Big B about is that your sense of economy or management of resources, your survival and daily duties still remain, even in an ashram. The ashram must use electricity, heat, water, consume food, and provide safe and adequate shelter. In this world, that translates to economical necessities for anyone living in such a community. This is why ashramites often participate in community or charity drives and continually ask for alms, donations, financial gifts, and support. Contrary to what many may believe, an ashram is not a place to go to if you want to sit back and relax under the shade of a tree. When you live in an ashram, you are not only responsible for yourself, you are responsible for the spiritual community at large. Taking this a step further, understand that your personal responsibilities in terms of food, shelter, and clothing, and your innate sense of survival will always exist. Every creature and being has the responsibility to keep itself alive. Even if you were a wandering ascetic, you would still have the very real burden of finding adequate food and shelter for yourself. Only in this instance, it would be 1,000 times more challenging because you are alone. So romanticizing a life where you have absolutely no responsibilities, unfortunately, doesn't exist. Every single living creature is burdened with the responsibility of survival, and to some extent, the everyday management of simply living another day. You will always have responsibilities as long as you are alive. Now, Big B asks if an ashram might offer a blissful experience. The answer is yes and no. One must understand that to be blissful is not dependent on your external environment. If you are truly spiritual, it doesn't matter if you are sitting in a Himalayan cave or in the middle of New York City. Your blissful nature is a consequence of a still mind and has nothing to do with your external environment. However, when you are in the beginning stages of your spiritual journey, everything matters. When you are still very sensitive and easily influenced by your environment, when you haven't yet mastered control over your emotions, when you become easily agitated over nonsense and inconsequential things, then a purified spiritual environment helps to break all of these compulsions. An ashram allows you to immerse yourself in an environment where much of your personal choice is taken away. This allows you to focus on the present moment and simply accept what is. For example, you wake up when you are told to, you eat what and when you are told to, you work where and when you are told to, and you go to sleep when you are told to. This is a profound spiritual practice that is highly effective, which is why so much progress happens in such a little amount of time when you live in an ashram. So to answer your question, might an ashram offer a blissful experience? Well, it depends. If you relax, let go, and accept the present moment for what it is, then you will be blissful no matter what. However, if you have very strong attachments to food, people, clothes, or to even looking a certain way, acting a certain way, thinking a certain way, or feeling a certain way, then the ashram can be quite miserable for you. It can either be heaven or hell. It just depends on you. Do you need to live in an ashram? Many do. Ashrams are an ancient and powerful way to focus your energies in one direction under the guidance of a master to help you integrate aspects of your being. Is an ashram necessary for all spiritual seekers? That is like asking if running is the only effective exercise to lose weight and become fit. Running is a very effective form of exercise that can certainly help build cardiovascular strength and fitness. It isn't easy, but it is very effective. Yet running isn't for everyone. Some people have bad knees, some have sore joints, and some simply aren't attuned to it. So while an ashram works for many, others are drawn to other spiritual paths, environments, and practices. Now going back to your primary question, why are societal values overbearing? Let's see things from a different perspective. You always have the choice of how you want to see something. You can choose to see our world through eyes of oppression, duty, and survival, or with just as much effort, you can choose to see our world as the most progressive and technologically advanced era with many creature comforts and conveniences. Along with all the efficiencies that technology has afforded us, we now find ourselves with unprecedented idle time. Do people use this time to meditate, contemplate, and help create a more sustainable planet? Or do they find themselves squandering this time by playing video games, watching mindless programs, becoming addicted to porn, surfing the internet, or even getting emotionally drawn into social media wars? Even if you live amongst others in society with responsibilities and duties, you still have a choice of how to spend your personal time and where to focus your energies. Your state of consciousness is not decided by society, but by you. This reminds me of a very powerful Zen proverb that I'd like to share with you. Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. In our modern times, we could just as easily say, before enlightenment, work job, pay bills. After enlightenment, work job, pay bills. The era may be different, but the sentiment remains the same. So to answer your question, everything depends on your state of consciousness and what your needs are. People need different things along different stages of their journey. So Big B, I hope this helped answer your question and gave you some good food for thought. As always, I thank you all for being here with me. And if you have any questions you'd like answered, please let me know in the comments below or email me at youtube@beyondyou.coach. Please help me grow this channel by liking, sharing, and commenting. And if you are new here and are interested in learning more about the mind, personal growth, and higher awareness, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching.